Okay, we're going to do a compression test on a 1985 Porsche, or Porsche, if I get corrected, 928 S2. All the other work has already been done, such as removing the intake components, and we're going to remove the spark plugs right now. Okay, we're going to start with cylinder number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a spreadsheet here that we prepared. Some cylinder numbers, dry and wet. And push the button here to zero the pressure. And now we'll go ahead and crank the engine over. I usually turn it about 7 or 8 revolutions. And let me just move this gauge out of the way, and well, I just leave it off to the side. Anytime you're ready. Okay, and the reading we got looks pretty good, about 174 psi. And we release the pressure. Oop. So
174?
174.
Nice.
So let's hope they all stay.
160 to 180 is our number.
Is that's my next question. So
yeah,
160
to 180.
180 psi is the range. Okay, now we're going to do a wet test, and that basically is putting a little bit of oil in each cylinder just prior to measuring the compression. What that does is that actually helps seal up the gap between the piston ring and the cylinder wall. And if it jumps up appreciably, then that could potentially indicate that there's an issue with the piston rings. It might possibly be worn, but seeing that we already see 174 psi on dry, I suspect that's not the case. Okay, we're real scientific around here. We practice Italian engineering where it's a close.
It's a close.
So I'm not sure how many cc's we're supposed to put in there, but we're just going to put a dab in each one, just enough to, hopefully as the piston goes up and the compression develops in the cylinder, the oil will be pushed over to the side and we should see an increase in compression. Okay, now we're going to do the wet test on cylinder number 1. Well, that's impressive. It looks like it's 235 psi. 234, one less, so 234. So you jumped up about, what, 60 psi?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Now we're going to spare you all the gory details of doing, or tedious details of doing each individual one, but we'll do it and we'll report back in a moment.
We're continuing with cylinder number 2, wet, and my supervisor's waiting.
Waiting on his beer, and he's earned this, I think I've earned this after 70 years. Thank you. Okay, here are the values. Now, the 160 to 180 psi range is for a Euro spec car, which this is in fact a Euro spec car. It's noteworthy that on the dry, we are not necessarily saying that the cylinders were dry, because the owner of the car, my friend, just yesterday had put some mineral oil in each cylinder as a preventive measure while he's working on it. And we're not sure if those dry numbers are actually accurate, but on the low side we had 169 psi, and on the high on a couple of cylinders we had 210. Now, after he put mineral oil in each cylinder, and again, we didn't use a syringe to measure exactly how much, so it's not sure of the accuracy of it, but the low was 210 psi and the high was 281. So, not sure what to make of all this, other than the fact that we know, I believe he's got a good strong engine. A little bit concerned about the variances. My rule of thumb in all my life was always that you want to typically have about a 10% variance between the cylinders. But perhaps that's not the case here. Perhaps we need to repeat this test someday when the cylinders are all bone dry and be more accurate about how much oil we do inject into each cylinder. But one of his concerns was when he put a camera down cylinder number 7, he thought he saw what looked like a score mark on the inside of the cylinder. But number 7 cylinder actually had pretty darn good compression, 195 and 270, dry and wet respectively, so I think that one's probably all right. Anyway, he's got this car all torn apart because he's got issues with the fuel system, and of course he's replacing any potential wear item, including all new fuel injectors.